Hey everyone, I hope all is going good with you guys. I am Kelly here in Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. I'm at Almacera, one of my yoga schools, and has become over the past 2 years one of my favorite places to practice, my favorite places to reconnect. Really just one of my favorite places to be. I cannot thank Avani enough for sharing this space with us. Highly recommend coming to check this out, even doing a teacher training with her or a self-retreat, whatever that may be. But anyway, I am here to take us through a short, focusing mainly on some areas in the back, the thoracic spine. I've been very tight in between my shoulder blades recently. But I'll also probably get into the hips a little bit as I'm practicing this as an evening practice. If you have props at home, that's great. I have a block right now. 2 blocks is cool. A bolster, I'm not gonna guide too much with. I'll guide with the blocks, but if you have a bolster at home, then you probably love them. And you can also use that as an option instead of the blocks in one of these supported fishes that we'll go into later in the practice. We are also going to take a few minutes in Shavasana this evening. So if you are practicing at home, I highly recommend to stay with me and through the end of class as we'll all come out together. Okay, well let's go ahead and get started here. Remembering, be careful with yourself. If you have any injuries, don't go into something that doesn't feel good. And again, this is often an area of tightness that we're going to be focusing on this evening. So taking any modifications that you need if they are not already given. So we're going to start here in an easy seated position. I'm sitting up on a block. If you have a bolster's super comfortable, or you could even roll up a blanket or a towel. Just go ahead and find that easy seated position. A moment here. You can go ahead and place the palms facing down on the knees. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then slowly take it down the back. Do that 2 more times. On an inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears and slowly flossing, take it down the back. One more like that. Inhale, lifting it up, lengthening, and then exhale, dropping in. Relax the shoulders away from the ears on an exhale. Begin to close your eyes if they are not already closed. Begin bringing your attention to your breath. And each inhale a little bit deeper into the belly. Keeping the eyes closed. You may notice now that the focus and awareness is on the breath, maybe the belly isn't even moving too much. So many different ways, different areas to breathe into. On your next inhale, focus on sending the breath all the way down into the belly, expanding. Notice the rib cage widens. And exhale, relaxing in. Breathing deep into the belly, filling the lungs, fill the ribs. You may now notice that you grow up through the chest. And then exhale, relax. Remembering that anytime the mind starts to wander, thoughts will arise. that's fine. Be mindful of that. This is how we start to connect more to the body. Allowing those thoughts to wash away and come back to the breath. Finding the connection to the breath and relaxation. Allowing this breath to wash those thoughts away. Stay here for a couple of more minutes. You can gently drop the chin down towards the chest. Have a soft gaze or keep the eyes closed, only to bring the opposite foot in front. Equal that out. Feels quite different here. Bring the hands back to the knees. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears, down the rib cage, pulling the navel towards the spine. Gently drop the chin back down towards the chest. You can blink the eyes open. Slowly remove the block or that added support to the side, coming down to the sits bones. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, interlace the fingertips, palms up towards the sky. Just tick-tock it from side to side, finding some length in the side body. Coming to center, inhale, reach it up. As you exhale, bring the hands in front of the face and round through the back. So pushing the palms towards the front of the room, opening through the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky. Maybe a little back bend, the gaze can follow. And then exhale, rounding it in, a seated cat-cow. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, take it down. Inhale, reach it up. Slowly release the hands down in front of you and come forward into a tabletop position. Spreading the fingertips wide. Hips stack over the knees. Spreading the fingers as you press into the index finger knuckle. Your gaze will be slightly in front of you. You can now kind of wag your tail, noticing what you feel. This might be your first practice of the day. Or maybe you're ending your day and you need certain movements to relax for that. Come back to center, pulling the navel towards the spine. Drop the belly, raise the gaze, finding a nice cat-cow here. On an exhale, round it into your cat. Chin towards the chest, hips towards the shoulders. And exhale, drop the belly, find your cow, press the chest forward. Exhale, rounding it in. Pressing into the tops of the feet. And then inhale, coming into your cow. Now you can start to make these movements with your own breath at your own pace. If you feel this in any specific area, I always feel it at the top of my cat. You can stay there and breathe into that area. Do 2 more rounds. And we'll meet back at center. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky, and then exhale, thread it through the left. We're not going to drop down just quite yet. Bring the palm towards the sky. The shoulder hovers over the mat. And then inhale, reach it up, gaze follows. Exhale, thread it through. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach it up. And now exhale, thread the needle, placing the right shoulder onto the mat. The right temple will follow. Hips will be stacked over the knees. And then you can reach that left arm all the way out in front of you, maybe even coming onto the fingertips. I'm going to stay in this variation today, focusing on the right shoulder. As you inhale, notice where you feel that. You're creating length and space. And then exhale, press the right shoulder down, getting more into the trapezius. For 3. Finding your breath. One more inhale. And exhale, press the right shoulder down. Bring the left hand back in front of the face. Inhale, press into the palm, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Oh, that feels so good to me. And then come back into your tabletop position. You can start to wag the tail. Come back to the first sutra in the Yoga Sutras today, Atha. Coming to center, and now wheelbarrow the body. So you can bring the belly down towards the mat, and then just start to make these movements like you're churning butter. Nobody's watching here. Do whatever feels good for you. This feels really good for me through my thoracic spine, which is again that area we're focusing on this evening. And then take it into the opposite direction. And come back to center, same thing opposite side. Reaching the left arm up, gaze will follow. Exhale, thread it through, coming to that hover, starting to warm up this side of the spine. Ooh, it feels good. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, thread it through. One more before we take it down. Inhale, reach up, open the chest. And then exhale, placing the top of the left hand to the mat. Left temple, left shoulder. Finding a place of comfort, and then when you're ready, you can reach the right arm out in front of you, pressing the right shoulder down towards the mat. Inhale, fill the lungs, fill your wings, and then exhale, press the left shoulder down. For 3. 2. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then slowly, no hurry, bring the right hand back in front of the face, press into the palm, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Coming back into your tabletop. Now just start to wag your tail. And now slowly come all the way down onto the mat. So extending the legs all the way out, finding your block here. We will use a block in this variation. So bringing the block right here at the temple or at your third eye. And then come up onto the forearms into a Sphinx pose. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. We're not staying here. I'm going to call this a bow tie. You'll take that left arm and take it underneath the right tricep. So your left elbow is basically at the center of the chest. And then you're going to cross that right arm over. So both elbows are around the midline. And then slowly take the third off down to the block. So a nice yin pose. We're not straining too much. It's not always how strenuous we feel. So stay here a little longer. So I'm using the breath to find the expansion. Lifting and filling, opening the triceps. And then exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And close your eyes. And use your breath to expand. As I'm going back through the beginning of the sutra, the Atha, which is the first and what I needed the most today. Nothing can be accomplished by just words. And that's the same with yoga. You have to continue the practice to reap the benefits, to reap the reward. The more we do practice, the more we understand that the asanas are just a small part of what yoga is really all about. Taking a moment to scan your body. And for 3 more full cycle breaths. And as slowly as you can, we'll start to come out of this pose. You can lift the head, coming back to center, finding that Sphinx pose, only for a moment. Shoulders away from the ears, press the sternum forward. And then the same thing on the opposite side. Thread the right hand through, the right arm through, and then take the left on top. Once you find that place of comfort, you can lower the third eye down to the block. And this feels quite different on this side to me. Being aware of that, mindful. You inhale, you'll feel the belly press down into the earth, into your mat. Feel the expansion through the shoulder blades. And then exhale, relax. Taking a moment to be grateful to yourself, for coming here today. Using this practice to heal the body, heal the mind. Hatha is also that first sutra. Another way to think about that is you have a time when you have too many tasks to take on, too many projects. It's hard to focus on one thing. Become a little cluttered and start to feel this in the body. I know it happens to me quite often. So 3 more breaths. Fill the lungs, fill the chest. And then slowly start to unwind. So interesting. Move the block to the side. putting the hands or placing the hands underneath the shoulder blades, bringing the feet together, roll the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. A little baby cobra. Lift the chest, and then exhale, lower it down. Pressing into the tops of the feet, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower. And this time you can tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift it up, come onto the hands and knees, and then take it back into a child's pose. Toes together, knees out wide. Oh, that feels good. Bringing the forehead down towards the ears. And come onto the fingertips here, kind of rock it from side to side, open through the lats, and then bring the forehead back down, relax it in, hips towards the heels. On an inhale, slightly lift up and walk the hands over towards the left. The chest may come over the thigh. Place the right hand on top of the left knee, and then bring the forehead back down to the mat. Press the right hip towards the heel for 3, 2, 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, press it in. And then inhale, slowly come to center and walk it over towards the right. Left hand comes on top of the right. Oh, press the left hip towards the heel and then lower it down. Notice if the left shoulder starts to lift, think about pressing it down a little closer towards the ears. For 3, 2, 1 more breath, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, slowly coming back to center in your child's pose. And then come back up onto the hands and the knees. Stack the hips over the knees and come into a puppy pose. Start to walk the hands all the way out in front of you, keeping the hips stacked. You may bring or be able to bring the forehead down towards the earth. If that's a little too much, you could always bring the forehead to a block. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you could bring the chin down towards the mat. This is one of the best poses for a nice back bend, but again, getting into the thoracic spine. I've been holding a lot of tension, a lot of tightness here. Notice if you started to clench the face, relax the belly. For 5, full cycle breath. Three, 2. Then again, slowly start to come back into the tabletop. Bring the knees together, walk the hands back, sitting the hips down on towards the heels. As I said, I've been very tight in this area, so I can already feel this right here. I wasn't going to do this, but let's do a little roll of the neck. Very slow. Oh, yeah. And take it into the opposite direction. And come back to center. You're going to place the hands on the heels. So the fingertips come, or the fingers come to the inside of the heel. The thumb is here on the outside. Keeping Think about rounding in. So bring the chin down towards the chest. You're rounding in. And slowly see if you can bring the forehead, well, it's more the crown of the head, down in front of the knees. And then gently you'll naturally lift the hips up, using the grip on the heels to open through that back, the shoulder blades. Use the breath to expand. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower it back down. Coming back into your seat. Give yourself a moment here. And we're going to grab the blocks. Not using them just quite yet, but you can go ahead and bring them towards the back of the mat. Roll over onto one side, extend both legs out in front of you, scooting towards the front of the mat here. I'm going to take a bolster to the left side. This is optional. If you don't have a bolster, believe me, you don't need it. Or if you do have blocks and not a bolster, you can always place 2 blocks here. We're gonna go into a twist. We can use that support. Feels pretty nice. Good for me at the end of the day. Slowly roll it all the way down. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. I'm gonna open up through the hips. Then when you're ready, taking the right arm out long, the left hand to the outside of the right knee, inhale. Exhale, twist it over towards the left. So the knee, if you do have that support, the knee, the ankle can be supported onto your block, your bolster, whatever you may have. You can keep the gaze up towards the sky or gaze over the right shoulder. As you breathe in, send the breath deep into the belly. Expand through the rib cage. We'll get even more into this twist on an exhale. Relax your face. We're coming towards the end of this practice. So take this time to appreciate the feeling you've created. Staying here for a bit longer. Scan the body. We often hold on to some tension and tighten up a little bit, and we don't even know it until we scan the body. And then on an exhale, tell the muscles to relax, that it's okay. For 3, 2, and 1. Gently come back to center. Unwind, extend that right leg out long. Just take a moment here. Allow the body to reset. And then if you do have that support on one side, go ahead and roll it over towards the right. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Open it up, take any little movements that feel good for you. I'm going to extend the left arm out long, right hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, exhale, find your twist. The gaze up or over the left shoulder. I like to close my eyes. Fill the lungs, the belly. Take a scan of the body. 3 more breaths on relaxation. Sense of peace and stillness. Slowly start to unwind. We're not quite there yet. You can extend the left leg out long. Take a moment to even out the sides. Roll over to one side. Help yourself lift up slightly to bring the blocks underneath you. So you have a couple of options here. You can take this block at the highest level and the other one at the medium level. It can be somewhat of a supported fish variation or more opening through the shoulders. I'll show you something else after this, but if this is where you are, to find a place of ease. So you might have to scoot back and see where it's comfortable for you. Bringing the block to underneath the shoulder blades, and then the back of the head comes onto that highest level, opening up through the chest. So this is one variation here. If you would like to, if that's a little too much or a little too much on the shoulders and the chest, you could take that bottom block at the lowest level, and then you could bring the block underneath the head at that medium height. And open up here, just allowing the heart to open up towards the sky. And if you're one of those people at a bolster at home, you could always place a bolster underneath the back as well. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. We'll stay here for about another minute. Relax your jaw. Signal for the muscles in the back to relax. Staying here for several more breaths. As you're ready, you can gently blink the eyes open and be gentle with yourself as you roll over to one side to release the blocks next to you. And coming into your final pose, Shavasana. If you do have a bolster at home, and this is optional, you could place that under the knees. Bring the palms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in to the belly, feel it lift up towards the moon, the stars, the heart follows. And exhale, sigh it out as loud as you can. And if you can connect the entire spinal column to the earth, to the mat below. Seeing if you can allow yourself to keep your eyes closed here. Staying in your Shavasana. Shavasana. Allowing the nervous system to take in the benefits of this practice. Slowly begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Out to your wrists and your ankles. Keep the eyes closed, bringing a soft smile to your face. The hands over the eyes. Give your face a massage. Waking up. Extending the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. Fingertips through the toes. And exhale, melting into the earth. Squeeze your knees in towards the chest with that smile. You can either roll onto one side or roll forward and back, coming into that easy seated position. Pushing the arms up towards the sky, palms together, bring the hands down towards the heart center, slightly bowing the chin down towards your chest. And thank you for allowing me